Secular Talk went on Fox News to have a debate with another, I guess, conservative radio host about the issues of immigration and DACA, but it really did seem to be kind of more not as clear as to what they were really debating about, and I think that that was part of the kind of trick. But basically what happened is Kyle went on and they tried to frame this debate. They tried to frame it as, okay, we're going to set this up to where this guy makes this argument that, hey, Trump pushes them left. He pushes them left, and that doesn't work with mainstream voters, and that, you know, this response should be quelled. The furthering of the left should be quelled because it doesn't work, and this is some kind of political calculation that Trump is playing, which of course it's not. And also the assertion that this is what helps win states like Ohio and Pennsylvania and stuff like that. So basically saying that, you know, this issue of immigration helps win the Rust Belt states, which is of course clearly not true. But essentially what they tried to do was trap Kyle into saying, oh, no, yeah, the Democrats do support this, but you know, they need to have a different perspective to be able to get the mainstream voters. But he basically went on and brought up something different than what they thought he was going to do. They thought that he was going to, you know, they were going to basically trap him to saying, no, they're not too far left. They're not too far left. They're, you know, very similar, and that's what we should do. But instead he says, no, I wish Congress would go further left. I wish the president would go further left. When he says I'm anti-NAFTA, that is definitely something that they did not expect someone who's left-wing to come on and say. But check this out really quick.
Leland, happy Easter. I think the president has this unique ability. Donald Trump makes the blue states act more blue. And what I mean by that is you take Brown's actions, right? Pardoning people, including a kidnapper, so that they don't have to face deportation. And, you know, Trump knows he's never going to win California, but he doesn't have to as long as he can win Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan. And ask yourself this question, you know, are blue-collar workers in those states, are they going to side with Trump on this issue or Jerry Brown, who says, you know what, we're going to pardon you so you don't have to be deported?
You view this sort of as a purely political calculation by the president to try and push things, okay? And I'm just going out on the limb here, Kyle. You probably agree with that.
This issue as a criminal issue when,
Rich just told you why he did, which is that he thinks it works well for him in Ohio and Pennsylvania, in other states. So the question is, how would Democrats try to counter that?
Well, I mean, simply they could point out the fact that 99.75% of Dreamers are law-abiding citizens, and about 91% of Dreamers work or go to school. So
Democrats don't want a deal to help the Dreamers. They don't want a DACA deal. Can we just stop pretending like the Democratic Party wants to solve this problem before midterms? You guys have nothing else to run on but fear of deportation. So you want to keep that issue alive, keep that dream alive, if you will, now. And you'd love to keep it alive in 2020 as well, because the Democratic Party right now has nothing. Because as Jerry Brown proves, and as Phil Murphy in New Jersey proves, where he's announcing $1.5 billion for illegal immigrants to fight Trump, it proves that they go to the left, the kooky left of their base, and it does not play well with mainstream voters. The reaction always to every Trump tweet, every Trump position is to go left. They go further left. It's what you guys do.
No, I wish they would go further left. The majority of the American people are in favor of the Dreamers. And like I just said, over 99% of them are law-abiding citizens, and 91% of them work or go to school. So this isn't a middle class. This isn't an issue that
Kyle, I want to. You just said you wish who would go further left.
I wish the Democrats would go further left. I wish the president would go further left. Again, like I was just talking about, President Trump referenced NAFTA in that tweet, and I wish he would pull out of NAFTA. I wish he would go to the left. On the campaign trail, he went to the left on war issues. He said he would get us out of Iraq. He said he would get us out of Afghanistan. He didn't do those things. I wish he would do those things.
Yeah, well, and also now he's saying that major change possibly in U.S. policy is going to pull troops out of Syria a lot earlier than we thought. Rich, Kyle, appreciate it, guys. We got to run.
So as you can see, they essentially tried setting him up, but this kind of segment is one of the reasons why, and again, the list of reasons why mainstream media sucks is an extremely long list, but one of the reasons is that this whole conversation literally spanned just about 5 minutes and 22 seconds. and it also had a reading of a tweet and a playing of a short clip. So you're basically condensing this whole conversation down to 4.5 minutes, you know, give or take like 10-15 seconds. So, you know, basically the other dude got a lot of talking in, and the middle guy, you know, the host had got a bunch of talking in, and so Kyle barely really got to say anything, and that's what they try to do. They basically are trying to prevent him from being able to talk, and that's what they ended up doing. In fact, he barely was able to say anything. And, you know, partially this is part of a kind of setup, but it also is part of the reason why mainstream media does really suck. But, you know, I think that Kyle really shocked him there, and that's why the host was like, you know, well, this meandered into some kind of stuff that I didn't really think was going to happen. So Kyle did a good job on there, but again, it's hard to really get anything said or done or, you know, have a real conversation when it's just, you know, you have a tweet reading, a video clip, and then you have basically like 4.5 minutes to talk, and then the host is talking a bunch too. So, you know, it was great to see him on Fox News, though.